Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, and I am so thankful for that because if you've looked outside and it's foggy and hazy, that's what my brain feels like right now. So, I'm Lindsay. I'm so glad you're here with us. Over there's Nick. He's going to change the camera and show himself now. No? No? Okay.
Now. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. It is cloudy and gloomy. And you want to know what? When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, it's going to feel like fall outside. And I walked outside and it was warm. Why is it warm? I don't know why it's warm. It's Texas. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. But what does make sense, it is the first Friday of December.
You know, if we were in Michigan right now and it looked like that outside, it would be because of the snow that would be falling on the ground.
That would be. You want to know what? Why is it in Texas we have our snow in February and not around winter?
Not around Christmas.
we wait to the end of winter, or the first part of spring, and then we're like, hey, we want snow now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's kind of how it happens.
I don't think that's what the people say. I don't know that there's many people in Texas that say we want snow now.
Right. Good morning, Amber. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
Because Texas isn't really equipped to handle snow. There's no machines. You don't have any tools to clear the roads. Nothing. The roads get really yucky.
They do. And mm-hmm. I actually asked this to a certain person who runs the city of Dallas, and it was explained to me that it is so. It's not cost effective to have all those machines, all the sand, all the salt and storage for that what if scenario.
That might happen
because
might not happen.
Texas is bipolar. Sean says Texas is on the bipolar spectrum.
That's funny.
That explains so much. But no, it's more cost effective to shut down the city for 2 weeks.
Isn't that crazy thought? Like, let's just shut down because it's better. It's better for our pockets.
I mean, no. I mean, you have to think like there's a budget, right?
Of course.
And last year was not normal. That is not a normal weather system.
That's true.
It's normally it gets cold. Maybe you have a little sleet. Maybe you have a little ice, and then it goes away.
Because it turns 70 degrees outside the next day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bipolar for real.
Yes, right? In one day. Like and it's funny because like even today getting London ready, it's like, okay, great. If it's cold outside, you're going to start off in a jacket or even a coat. Mm-hmm. And by the time you walk home, hopefully
your jacket's in your bag and not left at school.
Yes, it's in your bag or tied around I remember going to school and on the walk home, you would just tie it around your waist and or put it in your backpack because it's 70 degrees again and it's warm and you're sweating by the time you get home.
We didn't have that issue.
No, probably not.
No.
So, Lindsay.
Nick.
Do parents celebrate their own parenting milestones? Do you guys celebrate like milestones? Like when your kids do something like really good or like the fact that your kids make it to 5 years old in today's day and time, like you celebrate the kid, but do you celebrate you as the parent?
I'm going to buy myself an extra cake the next time we have a birthday and just be like, this one's for parents.
This one's for me.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You didn't kill your kid.
Right. Or maybe you get the parents a bottle of something like, congratulations, you made it to 10 years. You need this. Or what about this? Like what if the friends, like if you had like close friends, right? Mm-hmm. Like what if we like let's say when Tristan turns 10, like we bought y'all like a movie night, right? So the kid doesn't just get the present, but the parents get something to say, hey, your kid made it to 10 years old. Congratulations. Right? Because
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Right?
Like I've never heard of people doing that.
Why not celebrate the parents?
And I think if I would have heard of it, it would have been like, wow, they're self-absorbed. It's not about them. It's about the kid. That would have been my thought. But now, being a parent, I'm like,
realizing how much time and energy and tears and laughter and discipline and
frustration
that you put into those kids.
Oh, we don't put the frustration in the kids, but
They put the frustration into you.
Yes.
But you know, I think there should be something to celebrate parents. I want to know if there's a parent holiday, if there's like an American parents holiday.
We need to make one.
Not Father's Day, not Mother's Day. Just, hey, is there a parenting holiday that we can say, hey, you want to know what, parents, do something for you today? Go to Nothing But Cakes and get yourself a bun cake. Go to Sonic, get yourself an ice cream. Go to Brahms.
Without the kids. Or take the kids and eat it in front of them. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
wow. And there's the real Lindsay. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. She will get the ice cream and eat it in front of you and laugh. Ooh, ha, 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 ha.
I was named Mean Girl on a trip that I took once. We're not going to talk about that, though. Anyway, what are you doing to celebrate your milestones? And it's not just like when you have a birthday. Maybe you are, like we are working on teaching our kids not to say, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're telling them to say yes. Just because it sounds better, you sound
More professional.
more professional.
You
it's
sound more cultured.
articulate. And we actually need to celebrate because Tristan corrected Daddy yesterday. He's like, Dad, we say yes.
We say yes in this
Yes,
household.
we do.
So here, I think what you said is very, very important because we have that rule in our household. If
Actually, you are the ones that made us, like, not made us, but it's because of you.
if your kids walk into my household and they say yeah, they get corrected the first time, and then
No, it's, excuse me. Yes. Yes, Mr. Nick.
well, no. The first time it's explained to them in this household, we
yes.
say yes and we say no, and you will use these words correctly, right? And I even do that with new kids when they come over. In this household, you will speak correctly. When you are speaking to me, you will look me in the eyes. When you walk into my household, you will shake my hand, right? There is a level of respect, and it's going to help them accelerate in life because I guarantee you, when you're teaching and all the other kids are saying yeah and whatever, and you have the one kid that's yes, no, thank you. And they're intentional about their words, that kid will make an impact on your life.
Oh, yes. You rated there.
So I think it carries over. And if you can get intentional about the words that your child is speaking, then you can start to be intentional about the other things in their life. So no, I think that's great that you guys are doing that. And I think it's also great that Tristan is now not just someone that you are correcting, but he's also helping to be that counterbalance back to you guys.
Because we all mess up. We
do.
I've been saying yeah for my entire life. I've been saying yes for the past few weeks.
That's a lie. At least the last year. At least by now.
Only around you.
You want to know what? I help rise you up. I help level you up to a higher level when you're around, when you're in my sphere of influence.
I need to celebrate my mentor.
Oh, that's
funny.
goodness. I love it. I love it. So yes, I think it's important to have those little things, but hear me on this. Don't just start disciplining your kids. If they're not speaking properly, don't just go, here's how don't just start jumping on them, right? Actually set the expectation. Hey, in this household, we work on proper speech. So make sure to say yes and no. Make sure to look at me when you're speaking to me. We say thank you in this household. And here we go. Are you ready? We say, I forgive you. Okay. Now
It's not okay. It's okay. That's what most people. Oh, sorry. That's okay.
and
don't say that.
that's actually something that we got from your family.
You're welcome.
So, and it's something we were actually out to.
I'm glad we could contribute to that.
we were out to dinner. We were out with other family members, and Isla apologized, and the person that they apologized to said, "It's okay." And I said, "No, we say I forgive you." And she said, "Oh, I like that, Isla. I forgive you." And it is amazing. It is amazing when someone says, I forgive you, the different feeling that you receive or that you give. If I tell you, I forgive you, it's a different feeling that you receive when someone says, I forgive you versus it's okay,
okay.
or don't worry about it, or whatever.
Whoa. Getting a little attitude in there.
Just so you know, in my household, that attitude that you just saw me do, that will you will drop and start doing push-ups. We don't speak like that.
We don't talk like that in our
No.
house. Nope.
You will be respectful. And here we go. It's not just a respect between adult and kid. It is respectful between kid to kid, or
And to
kid to
yourself.
adult, or adult to adult. You know, I've had to correct other adults in my household. No, we don't speak like that, especially grandparents. You're in my household.
We actually,
My rules.
yes, we've had that conversation with our grandparents as well of we're going to have positive mindsets. We're going to speak positive around us.
Correct.
And if you can't do that, then you can't stay.
You can stay. And guess what? You're an adult. You can choose to be part of this, or you can also choose to get out the door and drive home.
Because here's the thing. I'm not going to allow their baggage and their hurts and their whatever they have going on in their past and their history to affect my kids. I have to be the barrier to that.
You are no, not you have to be. You are the barrier. Let's define
But
that.
you have to you have to enforce it. You have
do.
to be aware of it, and you have to call it out. Not maybe in the moment, but take them aside and see like, hey, when you said this is how we hear it.
This is how we hear
And I
it.
need you to either not say it again or work on a different way of saying it.
Or if you need to vent, you need to have this conversation with me, then it's a you me conversation.
Right.
It's not with the kids around.
Let's
they
go
don't
for a
need to be
walk.
here. Exactly. So if you have a person that, and here we go, right? I believe that there is a time for negative speak. I know. I saw the look. Y'all saw the look. Here's why. Sometimes when you negatively speak, it helps you work through the issue. Okay?
I can understand
so
that.
if you're going to negative speak, we're going to work through the issue. Now, I'm not saying negative speak just to gossip. I'm saying, hey, I need to get something off my chest. I need someone to come next to me and help me work through this negative situation so I can come out of it positive. That should be allowed. But it needs to be the right time, the right place.
Right.
So I'm not around the kids, not around family. Okay? But hey, let's have that discussion. So if it needs to happen, just make sure it's in the correct setting, right? Now, if you're with a group of adults and we need to work through something together and there's a little bit negative, I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen. Like, that's good. Okay? Because you can work through it
Adults
together.
are more emotionally secure most of the time to handle that, though. To handle it and not internalize it or not keep it on as part of who they are.
You have a lot of faith in adults.
I do.
You do, as you should. You
should.
should. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you believe in the positive, then you will
Then you
see
should
the
believe in
positive.
adults. There we go, right? So I think that's very key. And if there needs to be a negative conversation, great. That's an adult conversation. Okay. When we had family over, Amber's family over, us guys were standing outside and we were having conversations. Some of them went a little negative, right? But they were conversations that had to be had among us guys.
Right. And I think it's okay to bring kids in, but when they're emotionally ready, because they need to learn how to do that.
Right.
And if you don't teach them, they're going to figure out their own way.
And that could be
And
a
it could be
wrong
good
direction.
or it could be
There
bad.
you go.
So if you have a way and you figured it out, bring them in. But when they're old enough to understand that
Right.
it's separate.
Not
Like,
5 years
I don't have
old.
to bring this into my life. I can listen. I can help. Yeah. So start teaching them that.
Start teaching that. So going back to another example, Amber and I got into a squabble.
You squabbled?
We squabbled. And if you've watched Bluey, you know what a squabble is, okay? And during the squabble, Amber and I sat down on the couch and we had the girls sit down. We said, okay, you heard mommy and daddy have a squabble. Now here's how we're going to work through it. And we worked through it. And I don't know if the girls fully understood the value of that, but at least they saw it.
Right.
At least they saw, oh, okay, there's a way to work through squabbles where people are not getting angry.
Right.
So going all the way back.
Nicely done. Hey, milestone.
Milestone, right? So going all the way back, if you are a parent, hey, it's okay to go celebrate your own milestones.
Yes.
You don't have to brag about it to the world. You don't have to, tell your friends or anything. But I mean, if you want to, obviously you can. But hey, go reward yourself a little bit. If you
should go have butter cake dessert.
I don't even know what that is, but go reward yourself. If you went through a hard time and maybe you just had a long day, reward yourself, and that's okay to do.
At Del Frisco's.
Del Frisco's.
Butter cake at Del Frisco's. Totally worth it. Mm-hmm.
This episode is brought to you by Del Frisco's Butter Cake.
Yes, please.
Is that what we're going for lunch? Thoughts? Okay, so celebration point for us. We launched our affiliate program.
Yes.
We had people sign up as affiliates, and today, so as an affiliate, you get paid on the 5th of the following month of whatever business you brought into Social Media Torch, right?
We're thinking about adjusting that, aren't we?
We are. We're actually have to move it to the 10th to make sure that all funds clear. But for this month, it's on the 5th, right? So today we're going to be issuing money to our affiliates, and it's a couple $100.
Substantial amount, yes.
It's a couple $100, and we are excited about this because what that means is that we're already able to give back to the community that is helping support us.
Yes.
Right. And 1, 2, the clients they brought us, we've been able to go above and beyond for these clients. And 3, this is what when you're shooting for a win-win situation, this is exactly what you should be doing. And here we go. Ready? Hear me on this. This is their first commission check. This is their first affiliate check. Next month, when these companies renew, they get another affiliate check. And the month after that, when they renew, they get another affiliate check. And when they renew then, and this is a continuously moving commission check, and it's going to build. Like, I can't wait for these people to get 4-figure and 5-figure checks because
they keep sending us people to help.
There you go. And they don't have, here we go. As an affiliate, all you have to do is create the introduction. We'll do everything else. You just create the introduction. That's it. Simple.
So awesome.
So I'm very excited about that. That's actually one of the first 3 things we're going to be handling today is ACHing those affiliates.
Yay!
Excited. It's exciting. It's very exciting. I'm happy about this. All right. So that's our little affiliate thing. All right. Now we're going to head over to Microsoft versus Google.
Yes.
Okay. So FYI, most of you that have a Microsoft laptop know that one of the first things that you do is download Google Chrome.
That's true.
That's one of the first things you do. You log into Edge.
I am not a fan of Edge.
And you download Google Chrome.
And you change the preference from Edge to Chrome.
There you go, right? Right. However, with Windows 11, Microsoft Windows 11, they made it very difficult to leave Edge. Now, if you
Why? Because so many
no, I'm
people
getting
do
there.
it.
Yes, that's actually right. Because whatever browser you're in, whether you think you're incognito or not, they are getting all that data about all the websites you're going to, about everything you're looking about the time you're spending on those websites.
It's their software.
It is their software. They own the data. So that's why Microsoft came out with Edge, because even though you're using their computer or their operating system, they are not collecting that search data and how much you're on the internet. So in Windows 11, they made it very hard for you to leave Chrome, and they're very much pushing Edge.
Leave Edge.
Now, if you've noticed in the background, there have been these new laptops that have started showing up in the stores, and they are Chromebooks.
They're not new. I mean, maybe the laptop version.
No. Okay, so here we go.
Chromebooks have been in the education system for a while.
And that's my point. Okay. Chromebooks have been in the education system, but as far as adult users, they're newer. Correct. Okay. So here we go. You ready for this? just like Apple got real popular because they were in the education system first, and now a lot of people use Apple products. The Chromebook is now in the education system, and what they're doing is they're nudging out Microsoft because people are like, oh, I like this Chromebook. I don't need to buy a Windows computer anymore. I don't need to buy a Windows laptop. I can buy a Chromebook laptop. So that is Chrome's answer. That is Google's answer to now Microsoft saying, hey, we really don't want you to download Chrome. We want you to stay all on the Microsoft side. And now Google is coming out with their own hardware and software and things. So it's a battle. It's a battle for not just what browser you're on. It's a browser for the technology you use.
Yes. And for people like me that I like certain programs from each one, I'm like, for this, I'm going to use Microsoft, but for this, I'm going to use Google.
Right.
It's going to be a challenge if I can't get my Google stuff on a Microsoft software.
Absolutely. Which is one of the
I
reasons
might just
why,
have to ditch them both and go to Apple.
which
I would love to
which
do.
is being talked about, which is being talked about. So moving completely away from your Dell, your HP, your whatever, moving away from your Chromebook. So, I mean, you got to think Dell and HP also make the Chromebooks. Because at the end of the day, the hard drive, the RAM, the motherboard, everything is the same.
That doesn't affect them.
Correct. What's different is the operating software. Is it Microsoft? Is it Linux? Is it Chrome?
So I know, like with Chromebooks, at least in the education system, you cannot. It is just a web browser.
No. The ones that are on the laptops, they are fully functioning operating systems. Like you can go to the
like. Well, here's the thing: can I put Microsoft Word on it?
Yeah.
Can I do all of that and save files to it, or does everything have to be saved through the Google Drive?
Nope. You can download Microsoft Office 365 to it and run your just run everything just how it is.
Sure. Oh.
Now there are other programs right now that are currently not compatible with your Chromebook operating system. But that's going to change.
It'll change.
Especially now that Microsoft is making it so difficult to move to or to download Chrome and make it part of your and they actually Microsoft even went after Chrome saying, "Oh, Chrome is your 2008 browser."
Chrome is so 2008.
And no,
No.
Microsoft Edge is so 2008. Microsoft Edge is, if you put them side by side as far as plugins and add-ons and tracking and password and all of that, Chrome is still ahead of the game. It's still a better functioning browser.
What is Microsoft's search engine? Like
Bing.
I know Bing. See, you don't I don't even know it. See?
That's how often you use it.
I'm like, you don't go Bing something. You go Google it.
But if you have the default as Microsoft Edge, the default search engine is Bing.
Oh no. See, even if it comes up Bing, I go to google.com and I search it again.
And it's crazy because you'll get completely different results.
You get totally different results.
Bing does not have the reach. It does not have the history that Google has. You don't go to Bing Analytics. You don't go to Microsoft Analytics.
Google.
You go Google it. You Google it.
You want a real answer? Go Google it.
and here we go, right? So we had some friends over and they had a kid that was in 6th grade and I asked a question. She goes, "Oh yeah, just Google it." Wait, you don't Bing it? You don't
Yahoo it?
Yahoo it? No, I Google it. Why? Well, that's what we use in school. We just Google it. And then
Google's so smart.
And then she read off an answer and I said, "Okay, now cite it." And she says, "Well, Google said that." No. Google found you, and this was the learning piece, right? Google found you the data, but Google didn't write that.
Right.
Who actually did you quote? She's like, "Oh, it's this website." And I say, "Now scroll down a little bit." And the website, like 4 or 5 websites below it, had the exact same answer, but in reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order.
Oh my gosh.
So we were talking about the top 5 languages in the world. And the other websites had it in different orders.
So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Or some other variation of it, right? And she was like, "Oh." And it was really interesting to see the light bulb go off. Like, no one had ever explained to her, don't just read the very first option and take it as fact.
Right.
Scroll a little bit. Hear me on this. That's dangerous.
Because you can pay for that top spot.
You can pay for that top spot. You can absolutely pay for it. And if you pay for that top spot and people are taking whatever that top spot is and quoting it as fact.
Mm. Yes. Well, and it's important when you're looking at the sources to help them understand, okay, is this a reputable source? How do we figure that out?
So that's actually a really good question, because as I was looking at some of the domains that were listing the top 5 languages, I was like I wouldn't trust that domain. It was languagexyz.com. Like, what? Language
Everything you need to know from XYZ.
.com or dot whatever. So I think maybe the next step in search engine is to maybe have a domain authority score. Or
Automatically, because there's plugins for that. You can go and get a tool that helps you understand that. Mm-hmm. But then you have to understand, you have to learn that tool.
You have to learn the tool, but I think there's going to be there needs to be some kind of measure that says, hey, this is actually a reputable source. And that's not something that you and I are going to figure out. That's something that needs to happen on a grand scale.
Oh, right.
But
it would be good to go into schools, even if it's in high school. Like, I have friends that have asked me to come back and speak in their classes. Mm-hmm. And that would be something that would be so good to even bring up then. Oh,
right. Because, I mean, something that you and I look at like it's a normal thing. Do you know that there's a domain authority score? Do you know that depending on where you rank, it actually, that's Google saying they vouch for you or not vouch for you?
Right.
And it's very important to have this, because if you have, like, here we go, right? Like right now, good morning, Gary. Thank you for tuning in this morning. If you have a higher domain authority score, that means that what you're putting out there is actually more likely to be correct, more likely, and it's actually being checked and used by other websites.
Question. Can you look at something? Mm-hmm. Can you look at the domain authority of Wikipedia? Because that is something that school systems do not allow you to use in doing your research.
I don't have that plugin turned on right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to take a screenshot.
No, here we go. Why don't we do this? Why don't we plan that for Monday? We're going to talk about domain authority.
Love this idea.
And why it's important.
Okay.
Okay. And then here we go. Let's make this a 3-step process.
Are you writing it down?
No. Yeah. So domain authority. What is it? Why it's important? What tool to use in Google Chrome?
In Google Chrome.
and you want to know what? I'll actually go check Bing or Microsoft Edge and see if they have their own domain authority plugin, just for the people that love Microsoft.
How funny would it be if their domain Edge?
It's completely off, completely different. This is a fun project. But no, I think that's important. I think you should absolutely go into the schools and maybe just have like a good 15-minute segment on just domain authority. Mm-hmm. Here's what you need to know. Before you go cite a source or use it in your reports, check the domain authority. I think that's very smart.
We need to come up with a scale of this number to this number.
That's already written out.
Oh, perfect.
There are authorities. We don't need to create it.
Less work for me.
We don't need to go create it. There's actually already people that are doing that.
Okay.
Which brings me to the top of 30 minutes.
I'm like, I actually was looking for my phone because that's how I check the time and keep you on track. And I don't even have it on my desk. I'm like,
so we're going to have to move this DNA data storage to Monday. So Monday, we're going to talk about Microsoft, domain authority.
Oh.
And then DNA for data storage. And I'm telling you right now,
Star Trek.
It is crazy. If you think that your human body is domain authority. So Gary just wrote this. Domain authority theory versus hypothesis levels. Oh, Gary's joking on me today. Oh my
That was a good one.
goodness.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
and he's actually never heard of a domain authority score.
Ooh.
So
Make sure you tune in on Monday, Gary.
There you go, right? So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about DNA data storage, and this is, yeah, it's insane. So
Insane.
it's insane. The amount, just a little bit of reading I did.
First we got xenobots. Now we got DNA storage.
Right.
We are going to
Look
a
out.
whole new world.
Look out, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, it's Friday. Guess what? It's Friday. Guess what? It's Friday. TGIF. It's Friday. The weekend is right around the corner, which means that you need to bring your greatness today. You need to go to your favorite coffee shop. You need to treat yourself for some great coffee. And I don't care if it's a local coffee shop or if it's Starbucks or if it's like Scooters or some other brand. Treat yourself to a delicious coffee today. Make sure that you are on point, ready to just crush it today. Okay? Know that you are loved. Know that you are prayed for. Know that the people around you need you to be on your A game. They need you.
So rise up.
And then crush it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.